Let's have a party, there's a full moon in the sky. It's the hour of the wolf, and I don't wanna die. Hello YouTube, and welcome to this month's Big, the Classic and the Indie, where every month I review 3 films. One classic, one big, and the other indie, with shout outs to other horror YouTubers that I recommend that you should check out. Not just horror, but YouTubers in general. So, with all that, let's get to our triple reviews. This month it's going to be a howler as we review 3 werewolf movies. Let's do it! So, for the big movie review this month, I'm reviewing Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. So, this is a prequel to the whole Underworld franchise. Directed by Patrick Tapalopoulos or something. It's hard to pronounce. Starring Michael Sheen, Bill Nighy, Rona Mitra. I've got it written down here. Stephen McIntosh and Kevin Grevitsox or something of that. They're names that I can't just pronounce. Okay, so it's like set in the 1500s, and it focuses on Lucian, who was the leader of the Lycans in the first Underworld movie, Michael Sheen's character. And what happens is Lycans they develop the ability to transform at will once Lucian is the firstborn werewolf. And then next thing you know, he starts Victor, played by Bill Nighy, starts a slave trade with the Lycans and makes Lucian his, trustworthy Lycan, like his blacksmith. As for his daughter Sonia, played by Rona Mitra, she is Victor's daughter Sonia, who starts a love affair with Lucian. Next thing you know, shit hits the fan for her betrayal and that. And also pregnant with a hybrid which she wanted to have as a union between the two creatures. Victor was disgusted by that and burnt her in the sun, making Lucian watch. And that is when the whole Underworld War starts, from the first one. It's narrated by Kate Beckinsale, and yeah, she's not in this one. So what I liked how it's probably my favourite one in the series, definitely one of my favourite prequel movies of all time. And I thought the effects were good. I liked the Lycans, and also I liked the story, and that there wasn't a thing to really dislike about it. But still, I thought it was a great film, and I really would have loved to see more of the action in it, because there is action in it. In fact, I loved the whole finale when the whole Lycans charge at the vampires and they get what's coming to them. So, Underworld, Rise of the Lycans. This is, like I said, the 3rd film in the Underworld franchise. But if you know of the franchise and you haven't seen the first film or second film, it doesn't matter. It is a prequel, and I loved it. And I know that if you're a werewolf lover like myself, you will love this one. So with that being said, I'm giving Underworld, Rise of the Lycans a big, let's see. I'm going to give it 4 full moons out of 5. So next we go to the classic. And for the classic movie review, it is on An American Werewolf in London, written and directed by John Landis, starring David Norton, is it? Jenny Agutter or something, Griffin Dunne, and John Woodvine. So this is a cult classic. It gave us the modern werewolf transformation where your bones break and your whole body reforms and that. It was the first one to show that, and before that it was like all like fades like from shot to shot. So John Landis, he invented the original, the modern werewolf transformation sequence. So what it is these two American backpackers, they're strolling around in the Yorkshire moors, and the next thing you know, they're at a local pub with weirdos. When they walk in, they all drop what they're doing and look directly at them. Over here, we call that an American werewolf. You know, if someone walks into a local pub you don't know and we stop and look, that's what it's called, an American werewolf. It's a thing we have over here in England, Yorkshire. So, what happens is, the locals tell them to stick to the road and beware the moors. And then next thing you know, shit hits the fan. You know, one gets killed by the werewolf, the other gets attacked. But the locals are too late to save David, who is scratched. And then next thing you know, he turns into a werewolf on the full moon. And basically he then realises that he is a wolf. He needs to try and find a way to stop it. And also, what else happens? Oh yeah, he keeps seeing his friend as a ghost, decaying and that. So yeah, by the second transformation, he is out on the rampage again in London, and then gets killed. So, things I liked. I liked the whole transformation scene, especially with Sam Cooke's version of Blue Moon playing whilst it was happening. But, you know, that is one scene I will always remember from that film. Another one is I like the comedy humour he had in it, because John Landis, he put a bit of comedy into this film. And I like the bit where he steals a kid's balloons and then the boy goes up to his mum saying, "Mummy, a naked American man stole my balloons." Then he steals a lady's coat and then gets the bus back to his flat where his lover lives, and that's funny. Things I disliked. Well, I just didn't like how limited the werewolf screen time was. Again, it was probably a low budget. I think it was low budget and that, so they had to make do with what they had. But yeah, I just didn't like how the werewolf had very limited screen time. And when he transformed for the first time, we never really got a good look at the werewolf at first. It was a bit like Jaws, leaving the audience to use their imagination. But still, I like the werewolf because, you know, it's a werewolf. It doesn't look like a regular wolf either, so I'm happy with that. So, you know, I thought the cinematography was good for its time. You know, John Landis, the whole crew and the whole cast did a great job in this film. So, with that, I'm giving An American Werewolf in London, I'm going to give it, do you know what, I'm giving it 5 full moons out of 5. So, on to the indie now. And for the indie film, I am reviewing Strippers Vs Werewolves, directed by Jonathan Glandering or something, starring Billy Murray, Ali Bastine, Mark Bales or something, Sarah Douglas, Alan Ford, and also cameos from Martin Kemp and Robert Englund. So, this is a low-budget indie film, and it's like a British comedy horror, and, well, basically it's these strippers that get caught in this whole ordeal with a pack of werewolves, led by Billy Murray, and then Billy Murray calls his packmaster, Robert Englund, and stuff, who's in prison and that. So yeah, what is there to like about this? There is really nothing for me to like about this. I didn't like this film at all. I didn't like the effects, I didn't like the story, and for the trailer it looked really good, but no, it's just not for me. I didn't like the werewolves either, because they transformed, and when they did, they just got claws, ears, and big sideburns and sharp teeth, and that's it. You know, that's all we saw from the werewolves. Nothing more. That's it. That was a disappointment for me. Also, likes. Still, we're on to the likes. I did like the vampires in it, because there was a scene where one of the strippers' boyfriends is a werewolf hunter, and he's hunting vampires, and they look like vampires, like they usually do. Not much makeup needs to go into that with the werewolves, the vampires, because all they need is the fangs. But yeah, this film, apart from its cast and its cameos, it's just an unwatchable film to me, in my personal opinion. So, yeah. There is a post-credit scene at the end, but I don't think there's going to be a sequel, because it was crap. So, with all that being said, I'm going to give Strippers Vs Werewolves... Do you know what, I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5. 1 full moon out of 5. In fact, probably even a half moon. Yeah, I just didn't like that. Apart from its cast and that. Anyway, now we move to the next part of the show. That is, of course, the shout-outs. This month's shout-outs go to the 13th Wolfman, the Movie Phantom, Emily's Adventures in Horrorland, and Amy's Autopsy Report. Be sure to check out all those YouTubers that I've just mentioned. Their channels are all linked down below in the description. Be sure to check their channels out and hit the big red subscribe button on their channels, and be sure to tell them that I sent you, the Ross of Horror. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this month's Big, the Classic and the Indie. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. And what's your favourite werewolf movie? And what are your thoughts on the 3 movies that we've reviewed today in this month's show? Tell me all that down in the comments, and also be sure to hit that big red subscribe button on my channel, and also to hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time there's a new video on this channel. And also, all of my social media links are down below in the description, Facebook and Twitter, and also feel free to join my Facebook horror group, the Random Horror Madhouse. So, until next time, don't have nightmares.